Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining us for North Dakota Today on this finally Friday morning. And I'm so excited because I have Jordan joining me. I always love it when you come in, even though I feel like we should be tired of each other after 3.5 hours.
We actually don't anchor together anymore now. We're doing it by ourselves each hour. So I actually feel like I don't talk to you nearly as much as I should be throughout the day.
That's true. I do kind of feel like I'm in trouble when I have to sit and not talk to anyone during commercial breaks because we are doing individual hours. So that's true. I do have lots of extra words to use that I haven't been able to, get out.
Normally in commercials and in other parts of the show, we're just chatting with each other, and then they're like, stand by, and we're like, okay. And then we're going, now we're going back.
I'll finish that story after this.
Yep. We do that quite often. So, no, it's good. It's good to like be by somebody again.
I know. I miss people. I miss, this, because things are starting to slow down a little bit, even though I want to show some pictures. I did go to an event last night. There's not that many of them, but there was an art show. It was a first annual epic art show at the Lights, which is kind of the new hot spot in West Fargo.
It sure is the new hot spot, yeah.
So look at this. They have this space at the Lights, and it's kind of like a whole...
Was that a parking garage?
The second floor. I don't know. It's like a not finished space, though. I think, how everything is growing. It's, kind of south of like Bar Down and some of the businesses that are already finished. So it's just like a big empty room. There was more than 50 artists, local artists, more than 150 pieces, I think. And we did have to have, a temperature check. Masks were required and social distancing. But as you could see...
It looked like a massive space.
It was a massive space.
You could easily distance, yeah.
So it was really fun. And then I thought, well, my goodness, we have such a great arts community here anyway. I think this is something that's really going to grow. Look at this. There were so many pieces.
Oh my gosh.
A friend of mine who is, I'm going to brag on her a little bit, Nancy Ness Art. She helped put all of this together with Epic, designed the room, hung all of these pieces, and she has some really incredible art as well. One of her pieces was in that second picture, but you could look her up. The middle one there with the blue and the gold. It's just beautiful. That's
really pretty.
And she names her pieces after people.
Ooh, so when are we going to see the Lisa Bedeau?
I know. I'm kind of like, no pressure, Nancy, but I would like to see a Lisa. So I don't know. She was like, one of the pieces she had there was like from a roommate, someone from college. And everyone's like, oh, so, which, David, I can't remember what the names were.
Who was he? What did he do?
Yes,
how did they get a painting?
I know. And how did that inspire you?
Oh, that's actually really cool.
So her Grandpa Newman of Newman Signs, she did a really beautiful piece of her grandpa, or named after her grandpa, that's going up in Jamestown. And I looked at it and I could see that was probably inspired. So now I'm starting to understand artists are just, they have a different way.
The creativity is astounding. Honestly, I'm jealous of it sometimes. Like, how did you see that? How did your brain make this connection and then just display it like that? It's pretty incredible stuff. Also, that big space that it was in, honestly, that had kind of like a New York art gallery
vibe. I was thinking that too. I felt very New York last night walking around. They had some wine, but it was, and there was a big piece right in the middle. It was like Target grocery bags. Was also an art piece. There was jewelry that was there. There was, I know there were a couple moms who were like, I opened up my cupboard and I could make one of those. But so there was all different sorts of art. But I thought this is very cool and hip, kind of hipster.
Yeah, that is super hipster and very like uptown Manhattan kind of stuff there. I mean, not really probably, but like
it felt like it.
I was about to say for around here, that's.
And there was the big glass wall, so you could look out, and it was a really fun event. And of course the numbers were limited, which was good and appropriate. But I can really see it maybe growing in the future.
Oh yeah, well that space is already huge. I mean, if you've ever been to Bar Down, I know you and I have talked about that. We like going there now. It's the biggest bar I think in town.
It is huge.
It is so huge. I've had people meet me there. I'm like, oh yeah, just come on down to Bar Down. I'm just here, whatever. And they walk in and they're like, where are you? Like I don't, and it's not often at a bar you have to do that. You're normally like, oh hey, I'm right over here, but.
And it's segmented, like from the one big area and the bar area, and then there's that like patio area, and then the outside, and then that whole big outdoor space, which, they're going to start using again, because I think there's going to be an ice skating rink there. So.
Oh yeah, all sorts of stuff. And the Lights complex is huge, and they're just going up everywhere now. I mean, you drive around 2 weeks ago, something like that. Yeah. I just drove down Cheyenne in West Fargo because I never get out there. I live in Moorhead. She lives in West Fargo, so she'll never leave West Fargo. But I make treks over there sometimes. Anyway, so I
sound like such a Moorhead hater. I love Moorhead, but there's so much in West Fargo. I don't live too far from the lights, and West Fargo's just exploding right now with new developments.
It is insane. I went down Cheyenne from off the interstate by the lights. You got that new Hornbachers there, and just kept going, and there's like, oh, building, building. And then I got into Horace, and I was like, when did this happen?
Yeah, actually, that's the new hotspot. You're right.
Yeah, the
a lot of people are even moving down there. People from my West Fargo neighborhood are moving. That's the new West Fargo.
Yeah, and
hotspot.
There's these huge developments that are being built like right now. Like roads are being put in, and I saw the pipes for the electric and the plumbing and all this other stuff, and I was like, this is insane.
So if you live east of, I don't know, 25th Street, you don't even know everything that's happening in West Fargo and Horace, and it is crazy.
Yeah, I almost feel like, and I know we're not Minneapolis, St. Paul. We're nowhere near that. We're nowhere near it. But it is kind of becoming like, before it was just Fargo Moorhead.
Yes.
And then, okay, now West Fargo, we're going to start including you in some things. And now, okay, Horace, you're part of the game too, and it's kind of like that. You go down there, you got Minneapolis and then Bloomington and Eden Prairie and Edina and all these other towns. And we're kind of getting that way. You just hit one after the next after the next.
I agree. And I love it. I love all the new opportunities of like this, awesome art show. Or now I'm talking about an ice skating rink that, just anyone can go, and seems very also New York. West Fargo's the new New York. People
It's
are like, calm that down.
The new New York. Yeah.
The new New York. I don't know. I love it. So when people say there's nothing to do around here,
That's a lie. You're just not trying. You just want to say there's nothing to do and sulk. That's the real answer right there. But something to do this weekend. It's a big weekend.
Yeah. Well, last year you had a Halloween party. And
I like to throw them. Yeah, they're a pretty good time. This year, I've had a lot of people ask me. They're like, Jordan,
Yes.
Are you doing the Halloween party? I said, no, not doing it this year.
Can't do it this year.
Yeah, it was, even if then you say, okay, well, they're like, you can do it with, maybe just like you're a select small group of people. I have a garage. I could do it in the garage, open up the doors, all that good stuff. But then who do you invite? Who do you not invite? Yeah. And then along those lines, I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings about not going or not being able to attend. So I just was like, we're gonna have to take a break this year.
Okay.
But
well, we won't hold it against you.
I know. I'm still dressing up though.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Can you tell us what you dress? Because sometimes you wait for the big unveil.
I don't know if I want to, because I feel like I do like to take pictures and not talk about it. I already told Lisa what I'm going to be.
So I'm not going to say if you don't want to ruin it.
I don't know. Nope.
Okay,
nope. Not going to say it.
Because your friends might be watching, and
exactly.
then they have to
figure out what it is, and my favorite part is and then if they guess and if they get it wrong, though, I'm very insulted.
Oh, okay.
Because I'm like, excuse you, I put hours into this, and you do not understand.
Jordan puts a lot of time and effort into this.
Yeah, it's a very long thing, but your girls, they're going to still have a little fun though this Halloween.
Oh yeah, we have a Where's Waldo, and we're going to have a witch with pink hair. So we'll dress up. Not sure what the plans are for sure yet, but
Figure
it'll be
those
fun.
out as we go.
We'll figure it out. Well, we have a great show planned for you, not only because Jordan's here, but some great interviews coming up. And next, we are checking in with the Landon's Light Foundation, an organization close to my heart. And we're going to be talking about Project Kindness, some cool things happening.